everybody. Hope you're having a good holiday weekend, that is. It has been a disaster as usual around here. Um, Very quickly, I just came in from my grandson's out there in the kitchen screaming, Papa, Papa. Papa's doing stuff. But just came in from doing all the farm chores. We got everybody all fed. Got Daryl and everybody out, and they're roaming around, and they're getting into trouble. They keep messing with those cows. Take a look at the shorts that I did. You'll get a real good kick out of it. It's really pretty. It's pretty funny how it works out. I don't expect anybody to be on here right now, especially since I just come in last minute. Good morning, Rob. Oh, Shannon, how are you? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. Today is the day I was really hoping to get this studio squared away. It was the one day that I had, but disaster has befalled us. Last night, I took the queen out to grab a bite to eat last night. I said, why don't we go out and grab something to eat? She had just come back from taking her mother around and doing some things. And, of course, we get a phone call while we're sitting there. And they asked where Gabby's collar was. I go, why do you need to know where Gabby's collar is? Well, I accidentally left a diaper on the floor when I was changing Robbie, and Gabby got into it, and I think she ate some of the gel stuff. So we get in the car, we race home, we take her to the emergency vet. Of course, I'm thinking, my girl isn't going to make it, especially if she ate some of that stuff, and the water in there is going to expand it, and you read everything on the internet. But it looks like, fortunately, she didn't eat enough of it to cause herself any kind of harm. And we've just been keeping an eye on her all night. Of course, it's exhausting because, in all honesty, that dog is my life. It's probably the only friend I've had that I can always rely on. I love that dog more than life itself. And it was quite a scare. I mean, she's getting up there in age too, so you start thinking about that stuff. And, there's just a lot of things that go into it that really kind of, terrify you at this point. What are you going to do when, eventually you're going to lose a pet? I remember we lost Sophia. She had a heart problem. We only had her 6 months, and how devastating that was. And that's the reason we got Gabby. And it was quite the scary thing. We were there for about 3 hours. Got her home. She slept good. She went potty this morning, which was a good sign. That nothing blocked anything. She's eating good. She's drinking good, so that's good. We had to keep the water a little bit away from her, so she, in case that was in there, it didn't absorb. It's just a comedy of errors. Just a comedy of errors. And then I got up this morning, took her out again, made sure she was all right. Seemed okay. Ran to Publix. Had to go get the paper from my mom, my mother-in-law down the hill here, and then fed the cows, gave them their grain, let the chickens out, because now we have like a sliding thing that connects to the coop, and they can just go through the fence and they're out into the pasture. So they run around and they tear things up, and they break down a lot of things. They eat a lot of bugs. It brings down the cost of food and for them and stuff like that, because they don't like the pellets as much as they do bugs and everything else. And we got the rooster to protect them, and he's doing a great job, except he keeps messing with the cows. And I tried to capture as much as I could on my shorts this morning. You definitely have to check it out. It's definitely a little different. That's for sure. I also tried to. I bought 2 lottery tickets this morning. I don't know when you save a short, what happens to it. So that's what I'm kind of looking at now. It makes no sense. Where is it? I taped it, then I saved it, and I don't know where it is. I don't know where it went. I'm looking right now. Yeah, I filmed 2 things with Daryl. Daryl and the girls running around just causing all kinds of bedlam. I mean, they're just nothing but trouble right now. They do not care if we are feeding those cows. They will run right up to them. And Scarlett takes one look and she goes, I ain't having it. You ain't getting any of this. And she tries to spook them away. It's pretty funny. Restart now. Restart to update outside of active hours. Yeah, that's fine. I hope all is well. Yeah, we're doing all right. Armando's, how are you? Morning. But quite the scare with Gabby last night. It's exhausting. I figured, me and my wife, we were going to start our holiday thing. And also, she started buying more stuff. I've got to film this house in a short. And I'll put it up probably when she's finished decorating. She's been decorating for the last 2 weeks, trying to get this house. She bought these lights that sing. They're all faces of the Grinch, and the mouths move when you turn them on, and they sing "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch." So Grinch is her boy, and oh god, I want to pull my hair out with that. I do want to show you a couple of things and talk about a couple of videos that you'll see this week, because I was able to tape a couple of videos yesterday afternoon while she was running around, while I was watching the Ohio State Michigan game, and I got ISS Vanguard. G.I. Joe Mission Critical. Both very, very good. I got to play them over the holiday. And Vanguard, you're going to see a video where I'm doing a comparison of Vanguard and Stars of Icaros. That'll be tomorrow. It's very interesting. I don't think you need both those games. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. The G.I. Joe game. If you played Power Rangers, don't scoff at that. Renegade really is doing some great stuff between my father's work and the Power Ranger game, which I think is very solid. The G.I. Joe Mission Critical game, which is very, very, very solid. I really like it. Matter of fact, we're going to open it up, and I think I'm going to show you some of the mechanics so you get a good feel for it, even though I did a review of it that you'll see probably the following week. I think you'll enjoy that. We're trying to get to a playthrough later this week, probably Friday afternoon, finally of Dark Souls, because I've got almost everything painted up. And you'll see a video of that. And we're just in a good spot. Very, very good spot. And now that things are kind of settled, even though they weren't very settled yesterday, which I was hoping to set up something this morning and do a live playthrough instead of just yakking here and boring the hell out of you guys. But I wanted to kind of cover everything because I want to take the queen out for breakfast this morning. I tried to make up for last night. But we're going to switch over to this other camera and we're going to talk a little bit about this. There we go. All right, so let me slide over a little bit. And I was going to go yesterday. I'm moving the microphone over a bit. And let me move that over a little bit. I'll try to see. I got the Close Encounters thing. Very, very, very cool. Let me move that over there. Hold on, folks. Bear with me, please. unprofessional channel. And then of course, you know, we got the main box. And then I gotta write the guy. The guy wrote me a note. A very nice guy sold this to me. And I guess the second wave, I'll get all the second wave stuff. So I've got to write him. I've got to make sure that anything that I want that's additional to this. This is just something special. We're going to cover this in detail. And I like to do the tutorial with you guys. If you have a chance to get this, you want to get this. I'm trying to get Frostgrave in here as well, which I plan on doing. If anybody has one that they want to let go, I'll be more than happy to PayPal you the money over. But right now on eBay, they are running anywhere from $300 to $400. I want to get it in before the end of the year, before I do my end of the year video. Is it just more of the same? You know, will it make my top games of the year? I'm trying to make sure that I cover everything. I got a couple of things coming in this week that I actually want to show you guys. Oh, what happened there? Okay, that was weird. I've got a couple of things coming in this week that I want to take a look at and consider for game, game of the year. So my final list isn't out, but this came in. Yeah, that was weird, huh? You guys probably just saw that, the blank, because I'm looking up at the screen here. This is really, really an interesting game, and I'm gonna show this to you. I'm just gonna give you the quick overview. The nice thing about this is that they give you. Where's my glasses so I can see what the heck I'm doing here? Just so you guys get a quick idea. How this is for veterans of Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, which is a really good game. And if you haven't tried it, I really highly, highly, highly suggest this. I think it's something special that you need to check out. For terminology purposes of the cards, effects, abilities, Rangers equal heroes, monsters equal lieutenant. Okay, that's pretty cool, right? Universal deployment, I'll show you how that happens. In this example, 2 yellow cobras and a partridge in a pear tree, right? At the start of the game, place the token on the foot soldier. Okay, yeah. I just want to see if there's anything. Okay, instead of Zords, you're going to use vehicles, which is really, really kind of cool. Okay, they give you this board so you can lay out the lieutenant cards and stuff like that when you go to fight. You don't really need it. You can just lay out the cards if you want to. I really want to try to get a live play of this in. Let me see if I can just kind of give you a quick overview of this. Just because I've been messing with this. The miniatures are beautiful. Okay. If you remember the power up section, where you take the putties and stuff like that, and enemies, and you pile them up, and then that'll activate a different Zord card, is that board right there. Instead, you're going to activate vehicles, which is really, really cool. All right, let's set this up just so we can kind of mess with this a little bit. I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm just going to kind of show you how this all kind of comes together here. All right. So the first thing you're going to think is, wow, this has a little bit of Marvel United feel to it. Well, yeah, it does. Okay, there we go. We're going to put that in there. You're going to get some beautiful miniatures. You're going to be able to play either Scarlet, Snake Eyes, Cover Girl, Stalker. Where's the other dude there? Oh, yeah, and Duke, of course. I mean, who doesn't want to play Duke, right? Let me pull some of the stuff out here. Let's see if I can get this without making a mess here. And I'm just going to explain this to you so you have a good idea of what's going on. I'm not going to explain all the rules, but of course, I really kind of want to just give you a quick live overview of how great this is and why you should get it, right? It'd be nice if I can get everything out here. Okay, there we go. it's live, folks. It's live. What can I tell you? And then you're going to take these cards and you're going to put them up there, and then you've got your... And I really want you to get a good feel for this a bit and understand why I think you should get this. Okay, these vehicle cards go up there. All right. You get beautiful dice with it, of course, because, hey, after all, it is, you know. All right, so there's that. Let me just pull a couple more of these out so you guys get a good feel for this. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right, so how does this all work? First of all, if you're anybody, if you're anything like me, you've grown up in a certain time period, you understand that G.I. Joe was pretty cool. Of course, you know, it was a big thing in the 80s. And for me, I was kind of like, oh, well, you know, I remember all the G.I. Joe stuff from the 70s, you know? And that's me. Okay, so there's Copperhead, there's these. Let's just separate these cards into that. This is going to be your deck, and you're going to draw a certain number of cards from this. Yo Joe, go. And we'll be able to pretty much get a good idea of what's going on here. Okay, these are the cards that you are going to be drawing each turn. Okay, and I'll show you how that works. All right, let's just get this out of the way here. Cobra Trooper. Okay, and then these cards will get mixed into this pile here. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to break everything up. Cobra Trooper, Cobra Commander, Cobra Trooper. Hold on, folks. Sorry. Yep, that's all there. And like I said, we're going to give you a quick overview of this and let me know what you think. You know? Yeah, maybe, you know, maybe you like it. Now, of course, the idea of the game is to beat Cobra Commander, right? But you're going to have to go through these lieutenants as well. And these cards, okay, there we go. That's the other ones I'm looking for. The guard there. And then that there. All right. Nice thing that they do, they put everything on the back here so you can go through everything, how your heroes move, resolving battles, round structure, how that's done, resolve 5 enemy deployments. Nice, right? All locations panicked. We'll talk about that. Let me just make sure. Victory, defeat. Okay, so let's talk about that. If a hero is defeated when there are no more energy tokens at the command center, okay, the Joes lose. If the heroes are able to defeat the boss in battle and survive until the end of that battle, then the Joes win. Pretty simple, right? Things also you can lose is if there is a panic token. Let me clear all this off first. Okay, so the way you're going to do this, and you know, setup is pretty quick. Let me get these guys off here. Snake eyes, right? You gotta have snake eyes, right? All right, so then we're gonna move these over here. These are your turn markers, so you know you're gonna get 2 actions. So you need to know that. You're gonna need to have these power tokens here. These cards, which are going to dictate everything, and you're going to break these up into 4 piles. There. Okay. Like so. And then you're going to put a lieutenant on each one. You're not going to know which one, and then the boss in the bottom there. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to shuffle these all up, of course. And then they're going to go on top of one another, like so, and so. I'm just doing the quick version of this. I think you throw the Nemesis card in there too. And then that goes there, and there's your deck. Okay, seems pretty easy, right? let me just make sure I'm doing everything right here. Because I played this a couple times and I had a lot of fun here. A lot of fun. Okay, yep, that goes into there. Adjusting difficulty. No, listen. You don't have to put the Nemesis card if you want to dumb down the Nemesis. Okay, for an easier game, set aside all Nemesis cards prior to setup. The standard game provides a chance, but not a guarantee that the Nemesis will appear. So you kind of you could play with this or maybe not. That's one way to do it. You're going to shuffle all those together. Then what you're going to do is you are going to pick your hero, who that might be. We'll just go with Snake Eyes here, okay? And then he is going to get a certain amount of cards, I believe 10, that you are going to draw from this particular thing. And the way it works, okay, let me just make sure I'm telling you everything right. Yep, 10 cards. Each player chooses a hero and takes the corresponding hero figure, which is Snake Eyes right here. So he starts there, and then character card, Snake Eyes, and 10 combat cards. Each player also takes 2 action tokens, right there. Okay, and 1 energy token. So this is more or less like what that's going to do is it's going to give you a kind of you're constantly using these energy tokens to you can power up certain cards and stuff like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're just going to take in general, just so you guys get an idea. You're also going to do is you are going to dish out all these out here. Hi, hope everybody's doing fine. Yeah, it was a little scary for a bit last night. That's for doggone sure. So you're going to take these tokens and you're going to randomly just put them in spots. Okay? And there. Okay? And I'm trying to keep this together. All right. So you have your hero cards over here. Well, I'll just put those there so you can see them. Your hero card, which has a special ability, Solo Operator. During each battle, add 1 die to each of your attacks until another hero plays a combat card. So you can kind of co-opt this and help each other out and play combat cards. But the way this is going to work is very, very unique and very, very cool. You're going to get a certain amount of actions that you can do on your turn. You can move, you can battle, and you can recover. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to turn over one of these cards and populate these areas. And I think to start the game, hold on, folks, bear with me for a second. I want to make sure I'm telling you the right things, all right? Which is unusual for me because usually I'm just giving you all kinds of bad things. Okay, deployment phase. During the deployment phase, there will always be five enemy deployments. To resolve each deployment, reveal the top card of the deployment deck. The revealed card will include a number and type of foot soldiers. Take the foot soldiers that match the assigned Cobra deployment token, okay, depending on what you want to do. So you can choose which deployment token. What did I do with that deployment token? Oh, they're over here. Okay, hold on here. All right. And what you're going to do is you're going to determine which one it is. So that would be that, and that would be that. So when you turn over the symbols of this, you're going to see exactly what's going to go on. Then look at the back of the next card. Will indicate the location. Place the foot soldier. After resolving each deployment, place the revealed foot soldier deployment card in the face-up discard pile next to the deployment. Okay? So what's going to happen is, and how this works, excuse me, is you're going to turn one of these cards over, okay? And so it's going to be, boom, that. So we're going to take from that pile, we're going to take a Cobra Trooper, which is the blue dude, and he is going to go on that location. All right. So when he goes on that location, he starts. Whoops. That's the only thing about this is this moves a lot. So I'm going to move this off here. So if you see this number here, which is 6, okay, you cannot go over 6. So if you got 6 guys here, and then the next card just happens to be 3, 4. That's going to be 6 there. And you turn it over, and it just happens to be another. Of course, I can't find it, right? Of course, but let's just pretend that we turn this over. We go to put another guy here. We can't. This becomes panicked, okay? And if all 4 areas panic, and then what happens is it moves to the next zone, okay? If you can't put it here, you'll move it over to the zone. This area becomes panicked. The idea is to have our Joes try to fight and clean this out. So if we go in here and fight, we are going to turn over cards equal to the number of people in here. So there are 4 of these. So we would go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And then 2 of the blue. Well, I did it backwards, but don't worry about it. Now, there's a thing on here that says fast. That means that all these fast cards are going to go before the Joe goes, because when the Joe goes in here, he's trying to go fast. You're going to have 10 cards, like I said. And what happens is, when they go to attack, drain 1 energy, discard 1 vehicle from the power board. Okay? Boom. That would take care of it. You would drain your energy, and if there was a vehicle here, that would go away. But they're going to do things, and they're going to deal 2 damage. So when they deal damage to you, okay, you're going to have to turn over a card and compare the shields. 2 damage, well, we were able to absorb that, so that was good, that was perfect. This card would go back, but if we got like a 1, hold on here. Of course, I'm just doing great here. Do I even have a 1 in here? No, I don't. But if we had one with just 1 shield, you would discard that. And that means you couldn't use it in your deck. You're going to draw 5 cards, and you're going to be playing these cards. Like, for instance, here, if we had 3 energy, we would pay that, and then we would be able to roll 6 dice, which is really huge because there's 6 guys in here. And there's a chance we can do that much damage. Say we rolled 6 dice here, and we were able to pay for that card. We would roll our 6 dice. We would see how many wounds that we did. We did 3 on that particular card. And then we would try to take some of this out. For instance, here, we would take, this has a health of 3. We would take this out. These 3 would be removed, and they would be put over here. Now, once this is totally filled, you're able to get some of those vehicle cards at the cost of the dead bodies, of course. So you're trying to fill this constantly. But as you can see, just by taking a certain number of guys off, you've made that safe, and now it becomes unpanicked. That is attacking, more or less. Okay, you can move, which means you can use one of your actions to move. So basically, you're going to have these 2 action tokens, and you're going to say, okay, well, I'm going to use 1 action to move, and then I'm going to use another action to battle. Okay, and you're going to play as many cards as you possibly can. You got to be careful, because as you use these cards, you're going to be discarding these cards. If this attack defeats a foot soldier, return this card to your hand instead of discarding it. So there's certain things, like I want to play this, I'm going to have to roll 2 dice, and on each one of these you got a double, which 1, and then there's a couple of misses, of course. And if I rolled 2 dice, well, that would be 2. That would defeat a soldier. He would go over here. Okay, this would get discarded back over here. Well, removed for now. Once you run out of cards, you just reshuffle them, and this card will come back to my hand, which is important, because your life is here. If you ever run out of cards, you immediately go back here, and you have to use an energy. If you don't have an energy to use, well, guess what? You are going to be defeated, and that is going to end the game. On your turn, other players can help you and use cards to try to help and team up as long as they can get in this area with you, and you can try to defeat that particular area. You're trying to keep all these areas from becoming overwhelmed, and it really just is a lot of fun. Now, if you run into a lieutenant, like for instance, if Copperhead was here, and these miniatures are very, very nice. Very, very nice. I really like what they did with these miniatures. They're going to be fun to paint at some point, which I'm going to do because they just are glorious. And even the nemesis and the bad guys. And you need to check out, I'm going to pull out a couple more here just so you guys can get a really great feel of how beautiful of a job that they did with this. I mean, this is just, you know, the thing about Renegade is they really do some great quality games, and I really think that you know, you should really pay attention to this company because this company is something special. Look at Duke here, right? Very, very cool. If you run into a lieutenant that comes into an area, the lieutenant automatically causes that area to panic. Remember what I told you, panic is not cool. So if he came over there, well, guess what? You are going to have to face 4 cards of that particular thing. And you're going to have to defeat all those cards in order to get this guy off the board. Okay? The Cobra Commander, which is the big boss, of course, and we all know that to defeat him, it's going to take quite a bit. Once you run into his card, you have to defeat 6 cards of his, and good luck because these cards are just absolutely nasty, and you don't know what cards because there are more than 6 cards, and you know the variety. You may think that you know what's up, but no, you don't know what's up. And what's going to happen is that this is, you know, trying to beat him and survive is not as easy as you think. As a matter of fact, I have yet to win this game, which is something that I really like because I like things that are very hard to play. I don't want to win on the first time because you know what's going to happen? I'm not going to play it anymore. There you go. If it's difficult and I can adjust the difficulty, that for me, that's a lot of fun. It really is. And it just makes things even tougher. All right, let's come up top here, the above cam. Okay, there we go. So just a quick overview of that. I'll detail things more in my review of it that you'll check out. We've got a lot of fun stuff that I'm getting to, and I'm really enjoying what I'm doing here. It's got nice art. It does. It really, really does. And it's just a very, very good, solid game and something that you need to check out. I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. It should be out very, very soon, and I highly, highly, highly suggest this. Renegade has done nothing but excellent work lately, and becoming really my favorite company. There's a couple expansions for it, heavy firepower expansion, and a vehicle pack 1, which I haven't even opened yet. See, it comes in here. You're going to want that as well because it's just cool. All right, so you know, just another really cool thing that you can check out. I like doing these on Sunday where I just kind of give a quick overview of something. Kind of saves a little bit on time, and that way we don't have as much disconnect as you would think here. Okay, so let's take a look here. So there is HAL, Heavy Artillery Laser. So if you get this bad boy, okay, deal 2 damage to each foot soldier card that has not suffered any damage. How cool is that? So if you're able to pay for 4 bodies for that, you can pull that in and bang. 3, Pack Rat. Deal 1 damage to 3 different enemy cards. That's really cool. That can help out huge. It just has this unique feel to it. Even though it's similar to the way that Power Rangers plays, it just does some really cool things. Did you all see that the CEO of Reaper Miniatures Ed Pugh died. Sad news. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I actually met him a few years ago. Um, he wasn't very nice. He kind of just nodded a lot. Matter of fact, I was with Lance, um, and I was with Lance from Undead Viking, so he can talk a lot. So maybe he ticked him off that way. Um, he was just kind of rushing us out of there. I didn't even want to go. I remember. I'm going to tell you the story. So Tina and myself, we were down at BGG Con, and we were there. We were having a pretty good time. I was getting a lot of footage for you guys and stuff like that. And what happens was, everybody goes, "Oh, come on, you got to go down to Reaper. You got to come down to Reaper with us." I go, "I don't want to leave the hotel. All I want to do is just get my work done and maybe try to play a few things and stuff like that." And what happened was I got talked into it. Come on, come on, come on. So we get in the car. I didn't realize it was an hour and 20-minute drive. Okay, so we drive all the way out to Reaper. And it was for, I guess they had made an arrangement to try to do a walkthrough. So we did a walkthrough of the plant. It was very, very interesting. I think I taped some of it. Check it out if you get a chance. Tina taped some of it. And, it was a lot of fun. Of course, Lance is asking for every little thing that he can get his hands on because he just has no filter. So the place was really neat and very different. And, there were just tons and tons of miniatures. They were very nice. They had casted some miniatures live. Not live, but in front of us with the spin thing. And we got a couple skeletons and a couple of different things. And they said, "Oh, yeah, just put it in your bag," and so forth and so on. And I said, "Well, thank you very much." And they had a nice little store attached to it. So Lance goes, the guy that I was with was one of the guys from, whatchamacallit. He goes, "I'm going to get you a sponsorship." I go, I'm really not worried about it. That's all nice and everything. So he brings us into the main office to meet with the CEO. And of course, Lance is going off on all the things that he can do and everything like that. And then the guy that was with us, I forget his name. It was such a wasted trip. I just wanted, I didn't want to be there, to be honest. And they go, "Well, you should talk to him about a sponsorship." So I go, "Listen, here's what I could do. I paint. I'll be more than happy to use your products because I use Reaper stuff anyways, and I paint with the Reaper things and stuff like that, and so forth and so on." And you could tell he just had this glazed look on his face, and it was like, "Yeah, how many times have I heard this?" And they've got their own little show on Twitch, which makes sense. So why wouldn't they worry about their own show? And plus at the time I wasn't a huge channel. I think we had like 9,000 people or something like that following us, which was a blessing into itself. Lance and the tiger is the core memory for me. Hilarious. Oh yeah, I used to tear him up as the tiger. The tiger would just go off on him. Tiger's here. Tiger's back. Matter of fact, I brought all my Subudio stuff over from the storage unit finally. I got it all under there. It's just a matter of getting some time to get this cleaned up if I'm not doing all this other stuff that I'm doing. So anyways, so the guy just kind of rushed us out of there, and I just kind of like, okay. And they go, yeah, we'll get a hold of you. We'll get it all set. Just fill out this big form. So I fill out this form. I do all the thing. Never heard yes or no from them. I just said, okay, that's fine. It's understandable. I mean, who am I? I'm nobody. But I think that was mostly ruined by the two people that thought they were big shots. Me, I don't like asking people for things. A matter of fact, the relationship that I'm developing with Renegade is really, really good, and everything I've played from him, I've just had fun, And those are the kind of things I like to do because I like to help companies and stuff like that. Bearded Brown Coat, I go up there, I pay for everything that I get there, but I talk about them all the time. Same thing with Miniature Market. I've got a nice big order coming in that you guys need to see. There are a couple things I want to check out before the end of the year to maybe add to my end of the year, just to make it even harder to come up with my list of the top games of 2022 and see who's going to be the top game, because it's really tough right now trying to decide what the top game is. There have just been some spectacular. Undaunted, Stalingrad. That game is fantastic. Get your hands on it, folks. Get your hands on it. David Thompson, genius. This Mission Critical is tons of fun. I played a lot of great games this year, and I'm very excited about it. And I've really enjoyed everything I've done. All right. What are we? 41 minutes? Perfect. Great time not to drag it out and keep you guys going. Nice little look at G.I. Joe. Gabby hopefully is going to be all right. We got to monitor her all day, so that kind of slowed me up on some of the things I wanted to do out here. That dumb dog. I love her dearly, though. I just hope she's going to be all right. It's just in full panic mode. We've got plenty of things going on the farm. Check out our shorts. We've been making a lot of shorts. Those have been fun because it's a way to stay connected with everybody and just keep it short. So as I'm doing things in my daily life, pull out the phone and go, hey, this is what we're doing. We're doing this, that, and the other. A lot of farm stuff, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I want you guys to see some of the gameplay that I'm going to be doing, which I'll do as well. Been trying to get this place cleaned up. Did a real good job. Got underneath this table, got that all squared away. So just a lot of fun stuff. And yeah, I do miss Lance. I don't talk to him very often. Matter of fact, I don't talk to anybody, to be honest with you. I am just really caught up in my own stuff, just trying to get everything settled here, and it's just disaster after disaster. This has been a very bad year, but we'll get through it. We're pretty tough, and we practice what we preach. We tell you, we always tell you guys the same thing. Never give up, never surrender. Galaxy Quest, I know, but just keep going forward and everything will be fine. Mercari, you're going to want to check out, I believe it's Snickle Fritz 64. The Queen, at some point today, is going to be putting up a whole bunch of games. We are going to have basically a store where you guys can just pick games. We're not going to do auctions anymore. I think it's just too much. If you see something you like, pick it up. And what we're going to do is all proceeds will go to our charities. I think it's easier that way, that you can pick and choose and buy a game that way. So you're going to want to check out her Mercari that she has. And you can pay via PayPal, which is easy and simple, and then she'll get the game shipped out to you. We brought a ton of stuff over from the storage unit that we are just going to put up, and you can buy things under. What we're doing is we're selling things at less than market value to try to help you guys, and basically create some room too. It doesn't hurt to create room. So make sure that you check that out. There's a lot of fun about it. I'll be doing another video on that very, very soon. You're going to want to check out that we will be talking about the Mercari store. It's our way of having a store that we can get things to you without doing auctions and making you buy things maybe that you don't want, and actually save some money. And if you can afford it and give it as a gift, a lot of the stuff is sealed new, and I think it really works out well for you guys. So we will be talking more and more about that in the coming days as we get all these things up. She's taking all the pictures for it. She ships things to perfection to make sure it gets to you. The minute you pay, it's out the same day pretty much, or the next day. She's very good at contact. She will be handling all this, the Queen. So just another option for us to kind of help you guys out this holiday season. So we're going to open up the store very, very soon. You'll see tons and tons of games that you're going to want, Kickstarters and all kinds of things that we're going to be very fair value and that you can get maybe put under the tree for everybody. So I hope that helps. Until next time, folks, it's been a pleasure as always. I love you all. Please have a great rest of your holiday. And until next time, it's your old pal Ron. We'll see you soon, everybody. Take it easy.